They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us.
Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
Welcome in. It's time for Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Happy to be with you tonight. Coram Deo Academy, the Lions taking on the Cardinals. The first of back-to-back meetings here in district play. And the Cardinals right now 3-1 within district standings. I'm Will Connerly. Happy to be with you tonight. Tim Polster, Trey Bell, Brian Jones, our entire crew with you here on this Tradio production. Wind blowing tonight. You can see that out from right to left is out in the outfield, so perhaps some balls over the left field wall we could see tonight. We haven't seen a ton of home runs here at Keck Field, but the Cardinals have been able to hit some, and we'll see if that's going to be the case this evening. We brought up district standings. We'll tell you about them right now. Lubbock Trinity Christian, the Lions, they sit atop the district 4-0, 19-3-1 on the year. We'll go more in depth on that in a moment. But first, we are going to look at the district standings, okay? I was personally jumping the gun. I know we were supposed to talk about the Cardinals' offense off the top, and we will get to that in a moment. But let's look at these district standings tonight. Is a district matchup as Coram and Fort Worth Christian square off. Fort Worth Christian right now 3-1 within league play after winning their first 2 league games. They split last week against Southwest Christian and then lose earlier this week outside of district play to Grace Prep here at home. So they're 3-1, tied with Southwest Christian for second in the district, and they look up at a 4-0 Lubbock Trinity Christian Lions team where Fort Worth Christian will travel to next week. Midland Christian 2-2, Grapevine Faith Christian, the Lions as well 0-2, and then the Lions of Flower Mound Coram Academy, they're 0-4. Looking to pick up their first district win here this season. They went 0-12 in district play 1 year ago, so the Cardinals looking to continue that slide for the Lions tonight and get back to their winning ways after dropping their last 2 games, but still with an impressive 18-5-1 mark. But we have got district baseball tonight here on Tradio. It is the Cardinal Baseball pregame show, and now let's look at some of those offensive numbers for the Cardinals this season. Overall, hitting .311 as a team, OPS .880. They've swiped 82 bags this year, and they've scored 144 runs in 24 games. And swiped bags, that's pretty impressive to be over 80 through this stage of the season, just through 24 games of action. Grady Emerson leading the way as expected for the Cardinals. OPS north of 1,500. He swiped 19 bags, hasn't been caught. 29 RBIs, hitting .500 on the year. Jake Parkerson, a .433 clip. He's mainly been in the meat of this order all year long. Andrew Ridgel, we'll get to this in a moment. He moves up in the lineup tonight, hitting just shy of .400. Griffin Carney, he is the leadoff man for the Cardinals. He is another man we highlighted. And then Jackson Castleberry, the cleanup man, he is hitting .333 on the season with 12 stolen bases, OPS just over 900. So those are some of the leaders offensively for the Cardinals as we highlight this offense that looks to get back to it after just scoring 3 runs earlier this week, falling to the Lions of Grace Prep here at home. And they're coming off back-to-back home losses as they fell 8-4 to Southwest Christian last Friday night. And they split that series after winning at Southwest Christian 5-2 in 10 innings on Thursday. So the 18-5-1 Cardinals going up against Coram, who is 0-4 currently in district play, as you just saw a moment ago, 9-12 overall. They are led by also a third-year head coach, just like Rusty Greer, 3 seasons at the helm for him. It's the same thing on the other side for the Lions, a third-year head coach in Jeff Leterick leading the way for Coram Deo. So we continue on the pregame show. Coming up next, we'll have a couple Cardinal connections and hear from head coach Rusty Greer. We'll continue to break down this matchup, give you the lineups as well, and get you set for first pitch coming up just after 7 o'clock. You're watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and I'm here with Braylon James. Braylon, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
I'm Braylon James, go to Fort Worth Christian in class of 26.
All right. Braylon, what's the biggest sacrifice you've had to make because of baseball?
Biggest sacrifice would probably be just spending time with friends and then sleep as well.
All right. Do you prefer sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
Bubble gum.
Do you have a flavor?
I don't, just in general.
All right. What's your walk-up song, and why'd you choose it?
My walk-up song is No Pole by Don Toliver, and I chose it because I like the beat at the beginning.
All right. And if you were to make the greatest baseball team of all time, who would be hitting cleanup for your team?
Gotta be Barry Bonds.
All right. Well, Braylon, thanks for your time, man. This is Logan Scott. Keep watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Radio, and keep watching for more Cardinal Connections. I'm Logan Scott, and welcome to Cardinal Connections. Today I'm here with Antonio Andujar. Antonio, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself, man.
I'm Antonio Andujar, class of 2026, first, third pitch, and I'm glad to be here with Logan.
All right. Who has the best hat in all of the majors?
I got to go with the Padres, especially their City Connects. Those are nice.
All right. If you could steal one skill from any teammate, what skill would you steal from them?
I'd probably take Braylon James, Oppo Pop. Yeah, I wish I had some of that, Not gonna lie.
Do you prefer sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
I'm a big gum guy.
Right.
I don't really mess with the sunflower seeds.
Flavor?
Just mint. Any mint.
And then who has the cleanest locker on the team?
I'd probably say I do, bro. My locker's clean.
All right.
I don't really have anything
We'd like
in
to hear
there.
that. Well, Antonio, thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. This is Logan Scott. Keep watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Radio, and keep watching for more Cardinal Connections.
Just had a couple Cardinal connections. Now set to hear from the head coach, Rusty Greer, who makes his way out to home plate around the rules green. Held at home plate right now. Rusty Greer and the head man, Jeff Laterick, on the other side for Coram Dale. District action tonight. Beautiful night for baseball, sun out, clear skies, a little bit of wind blowing out to left field, but a good night for baseball. And the Cardinals trying to snap a two-game skid. Coram Dale looking for their first district win, while the Cardinals sit second place in the league right now. Pair of games against Coram Dale and the Lions before heading to Lubbock next week. We'll have those games for you live here on Radio. Let's hear from the head man, Rusty Greer. We caught up with him earlier today. His thoughts on the matchup and the Cardinals overall. Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. We're joined alongside head coach Rusty Greer. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time. Your team getting back into district play tonight, hosting Coram Dale for the first of a couple of matchups over the next few days. Your team, good start in district play. You fall in the final one to Southwest Christian. You split against them, and then you have a 4-3 loss on Tuesday. What are your thoughts on that midweek matchup against Grace Prep before we dig into tonight?
Oh, I thought that we swung the bats pretty well. I think we had 6 balls that were hit on the button. Their third baseman made 4 or 5 tremendous plays, almost to the point the ball found him on a couple. And so that limited us. We had a couple balls hit to the outfield that I thought that were hit really well. So we swung the bats pretty well. I thought we pitched okay. We pitched good enough to win. I thought we defended. But the big ticket is finding that hit at the right time. So in the first inning, we had the bases loaded, nobody out. We scored 1 run. We loaded the bases again, and the shortstop came up with 2 outs and doubled home 2 runs. But outside of that, we had put runners on base all night, but we couldn't string hits together. We couldn't find that big knock when we needed it, especially late. And that kind of stuff comes back to bite you. There's a reason you have to go play the games, is because they're the other team's over there to win too. And when things don't go your way, how do you respond and how do you come back from that? And we're going to find out that tonight.
We will tonight. Coram Deo, the opponent, team that was at the bottom of the district last year, didn't win a district game. They struggled out of the gates here this year, dropping their first 3 in district play. What's the message heading into tonight's game?
The message is just that. We can't just throw our hat on the field and expect to win. We got to go out and play for 7 innings with intent, with focus, and come up with a big hit when we need it. We've got to be, like as I said, we've been swinging the bat pretty well. We've got to do, I think we have to do a better job with runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs. But if we can do that and pitch, because Smeds will be on the mound tonight, I feel confident there. If we can pitch and get that big knock when we need it, create a little energy, especially early. If we can do that early, then that'll be good for us.
And let's talk a little bit more about your lefty, Greg Smeds, because 5 2/3 last time out does allow a couple of earned runs, but overall on the year he's 4-0, and he's just been a workhorse, going 5 or more innings in each of his last 4 starts. What has stood out with his efforts here this season?
I think he's gotten a little better command of his changeup. I think he's been able to spin a breaking ball from time to time, at least keep hitters on 3 pitches versus just 2 or even 1. And I think he's been throwing the ball in and around the plate better than he did last year and better than he did early on in our season. And so when you can count on a pitcher to go out and give you 5 innings, even let's just say 4 innings, that takes some stress off your pen. It takes some stress off the lineup. It takes some stress off of the entire team. We get in trouble when we go out and we're in the field for a little bit and we can't find the plate, but he's done a real good job of keeping us in games. The last 2 outings, he had lengthy first inning, but I'm going to attribute that to some things that didn't go his way. It wasn't because he was walking the house or giving up a bunch of hits. Had a couple balls fall in here and there. We had a pass or a drop third strike. But he settled down after those 2 first innings and went deep into the game on a very manageable number of pitches. So he's done a good job of not only being our number 1 starter, but keeping us in games when we have to be in games.
And getting in games and trying to get in front of squads. I know the last just couple weeks and really all season long, and we've touched on him pretty much in every interview, but it's hard not to bring up Grady Emerson, now on a 9-game hit streak. He's up to 500 on the year after having 3 hits on Tuesday, driving in all 3 of the Cardinal runs in that game. Well, the production that he has had this year, I'm sure it's probably what you expected for a recruit of this status, but has anything surprised you with his approach and just his effort on a day-to-day basis for your team this season?
Not really. I mean, you obviously don't know what the numbers are going to be when you start the season. He's capable of doing exactly what he's doing, and I think he's in a great headspace as far as his confidence at the plate, understanding the strike zone, and having a real understanding of what he's trying to do as a hitter and the situation that's in front of him. And so it's obviously, and we've talked about this, he's a great talent. He's got a bright future ahead of him. And if he can just stay within himself and not try to do too much from time to time as we do as hitters and players, I think you'll see him stay right on track where he is. The thing I was impressed with, and I didn't really know it, was he's been on base in 24 straight games. And every game this year, whether it's a hit or a walk. And so that's when you combine that with what Carney's been able to do, that's a real table to set. This table's been set for your 3, 4, 5, and 6 guys, and especially with the way they can run and kind of play the back end game. But he's doing well, and I look for him to continue to move forward and keep putting good swings on the ball. And I think a lot of times his defense is overlooked. And when I say overlooked, take that that's quote unquote overlooked. but he's swinging the bat so well, we forget that he's gone in the hole 4 times and made some super nice plays. And I think one of the things he does really, really well is come get a ball on a high chopper. He's made 4 of those plays. So his game is well-rounded right now, and he's playing at a high level.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Hasn't made an error, 12 double play turns, and doing great things, and been on board in every game. And I wonder, too, you bring up bright future. Do you also see, like, I know you do, all the scouts that are there to watch him every night? I'm sure that's a pressure type of atmosphere, but he seems to be handling it so well. Are you, from your big league experience, able to mentor him in that regard as well, or just about the pressure, staying in the moment, despite understanding that a lot of attention is going your way for professional baseball beyond this level?
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I mean, I try to help him from that standpoint, from the mental side, and understanding what is being expected of him, not from us, but off the field, from those guys watching. I think he has a good handle on that. He's been the guy since he's been 13 or 14 years old, so he's used to that prospect exposure and that prospect pressure, and I think he does a good job of handling that. Not to say just like we all do, he probably knows who's in the stands and knows who's watching, and or at least has a good idea that there's guys up there watching. But he's done a great job of handling it, and I think he's done a great job of not letting that distract him nor distract his teammates, and I wouldn't expect anything less out of him.
Right on. Well, Coach, thanks so much for taking the time, and best of luck tonight. Looking forward to chatting with you again when we head out to Lubbock next week.
All right. Thank you, Will.
So great to hear from the head coach, Rusty Greer, as we're about to get underway here from Keck Court and Field. Greg Smeds getting the start for Fort Worth Christian. A 1.20 ERA across 29 innings of action. And the left-hander's whip below 1 as well. He has been phenomenal for the Cardinals with 23 strikeouts as well in those 29 innings of action. You heard Rusty Greer tell us about the left-hander and his abilities throughout this season. He's gotten better. He's thrown the off-speed for more strikes over the last few outings. The changeup has looked a lot better, and he's now making his 7th start of the season here tonight. A 4-0 record on the campaign for Greg Smeds through 6 starts. He's only allowed 5 earned runs in 29 innings of action, 13 hits, 23 strikeouts, a 1.20 ERA, and the whip below 1. And so he makes his 7th start of the season tonight. Sebastian Leteric leads things off for Coram Deo as we're about to get underway here in the top of the first inning. First pitch of the game's in for a strike. And so Greg Smeds getting ahead to begin things. He's been in the zone quite a bit, just 14 walks across 29 innings of action this season. And the first 2 in the zone. Here to Sebastian Leteric, the center fielder leading things off, was an honorable mention all-district selection a season ago. And now has to hit with an 0-2 count is Hank Austin. The battery mate of the lefty Greg Smeds gives him the signs. Jake Parkerson at third, Grady Emerson at short, Griffin Carney at second, Andrew Ridgel at first base for the Cardinals. The 0-2 is pulled well foul, so Leteric keeps the count at 0-2 as he pulls it in foul ground out of play. Jackson Purdue in left field, Braylon James in center, Jackson Castleberry out in right field. Another 0-2 pitch from Greg Smeds, and it's fouled back once again, this time straight back. So a pulled foul ball to left, there fouled straight back. As the junior center fielder leads things off for the Lions here to begin this ball game. Smeds missing well upstairs. That evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Go, Greg.
Greg Smeds, 5 2/3 last time out, got the no decision against Southwest Christian. And so after back-to-back strikes, 3 consecutive balls, makes it a full count. Letteric hit .266 in his sophomore campaign last year. And he pulls this over the reach of the third baseman, Jake Parkerson. And a leadoff single for Coram Deo here in the top of the first inning as Sebastian Letteric
The shortstop,
knocks
12,
the full
Taylor.
count pitch down the left field line. And so a runner aboard to begin things. And Caleb Ernst to the plate. After the leadoff single, he's showing a bunt, and Smeds missing high.
Let's go, Greg.
Smeds, a really solid effort, 5 2/3. He threw a season-high 98 pitches last time out. That was 1 week ago today at Southwest Christian as the Cardinals picked up a 10-inning victory. He didn't factor into the decision as the second one misses high. Here to the Lions shortstop was showing a bunt, trying to get a runner over as Parkerson, the third baseman, creeps in.
There it is.
And he takes now to make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So a 3-1
Miss,
count.
Greg, good miss.
Tarek, the runner at first, showing bunt once again, but it misses high. And so Smeds, who started his outing with back-to-back strikes, followed by 2 foul balls, then throws 4 consecutive balls. And Letteric, or 3 consecutive balls after getting ahead 0-2 to the leadoff man. And a 3-2 pitch that's roped down the left field line, followed by a walk, puts 2 on here for Jack Ham. And he's also thinking about dropping one down, but takes the first from Smeds for a strike, an 0-1 count. And that's grounded past the diving Parkerson. Letteric will be waved home, and it's the Lions who strike first. An RBI single from Jack Ham, and that keeps runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. So single, walk, single, and a 1-0 advantage for Coram Deo as they get to Greg Smeds early. First one up and out to Sebastian Young. He was a first-team All-District selection a season ago, the senior first baseman. Hit .319 in his junior campaign, OPS at .861. First-team All-District selection. Also threw the ball well on the hill as we get another look on the replay of the single by Ham. Purdue came up firing, but not before Letteric comes home to score the first run of the evening. And runners on first and second. And after a ball thrown to Young, it's a 1-0 count to the cleanup man with 2 on and nobody out. And so the Lions looking to pick up their first district win of the year. They strike first here in the top of the first inning, giving some support for now the man who's waiting on deck, Lucas Smith, the starting pitcher, who we'll see in the home half of the first inning. On the bump for Coram Deo, but they get the scoring started, striking first in the top of the first inning. First 3 have reached here for the Lions. Single, walk, single, And then a ball thrown upstairs to Sebastian Young, perhaps their most dangerous hitter. And after John Hampton's visit to the hill, we'll see if Greg Smeds can work out of some trouble here in the first. A 1-0 count to Young, donning the number 42. It's with a narrow stance, a little bit open. Holds the bat high by the shoulders. A little bit of a leg kick as well, but we don't see that in effect as he watches the first two outside the zone. So a friendly 2-0 count for Sebastian Young as Smeds delivers, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes.
Let's go, fours.
Smeds dealt with some trouble in his first inning of action last time out. And a little bit of trouble now. The 3-0. Fires a strike. 3 balls and a strike here to Sebastian Young. It was Smeds who allowed 2 runs in the first inning against Southwest Christian. And his last outing didn't allow a run. The rest of the game worked 5 2/3. And that's upstairs to Young, another walk. So 2 singles and 2 walks, has the bases loaded here in the top of the first inning. Brings Lucas Smith to the plate. And the senior, who's getting the start on the mound tonight, will have a chance to help his own cause. Bases juice, nobody out. And Smith, much different stance than Young. Is the wide batting stance as he takes the first for a strike, fired by Smeds. And that's pulled and down. It rolls to the base of the wall. Ernst will come across to score. And here comes Jack Ham. It's a 3-0 advantage for Coram Deo here in the top of the first inning. And they are still in business with runners on second and third and nobody out. Lucas Smith coming through to drive in 2. And that'll bring Grayson Kirk to the plate. It's a Coram Deo squad that, as Rusty Greer has a word after that with the umpire on the knock by the senior Lucas Smith to extend the lead to 3-0 here in the top of the first. Still nobody out. The first 5 in the inning have reached. 3 hits and 2 walks, 2 on, both in scoring position. And the first delivery, a swing and a miss. There to Grayson Kirk. The Lions 9-12 overall, but 0-4 within district play. And that comes after they went 0-12 within league play 1 year ago. Jumping out in front of the Cardinals, 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. There's a swing and a miss, so Smeds retires Kirk on just 3 pitches for the first out. And so the Lions with 3 runs here in the top of the first inning. They scored 3 total runs through their first 4 district games, so the Bats coming out hot here in their 5th district game with run production in the first inning of action. Stratton, a swing and a miss. And an 0-1 count. Runner still on second and third. Young at third and Smith at second after his 2 RBI knock. And the 0-1 from Smeds, in for a strike. And now Hank Austin will go out to talk with the left-hander. If you're just joining us, ball game for Greg Smeds started with an 0-2 count to Sebastian Leteric, but then he worked the count full, ripped one down the left field line. He walked Ernst, then Jack Ham singled. That set up a walk drawn by Sebastian Young. And then the big swing of the inning, Lucas Smith, the 2 RBI double to make the lead 3-0. Smeds comes back to strike out Kirk, and he's in a friendly count now to Ford Stratton, the third baseman. 0-2, the pitch. In there for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Greg Smeds. Now there's 2 down.
The catcher, number 19, Patrick Martin.
And so Patrick Martin, the 8th Lion to come to the dish here on the top of the first inning. Swings it from the left side, the catcher. Hitting with runners on second and third, and the first is in for a strike from Smeds. So an 0-2 count. So after the first 5 reach, Smeds with an opportunity to strike out the next 3. As the 0-2 delivery awaits here to Patrick Martin. And it's fouled back. Smith standing at second after his double down the left field line. And speaking of him, they'll have a courtesy runner for him at second base. Cohen Higgins going to run for the senior pitcher, who we'll see next half inning, helping his team get a 3-0 lead. Smeds misses well up and in. Lefty-lefty matchup.
Number 10, Cohen Higgins.
But it's Cohen Higgins now running at second. Sebastian Young at third. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. As Smeds trying to strand a pair in scoring position. And that's in for strike 3. So Greg Smeds strikes out 3 in a row to end the inning, but not before the first 5 reach. And Coram takes a 3-0 lead. Sebastian Young's big 2 RBI double helps his team strike first. We go to the home half. Cardinals will look to answer when we come back. You're watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Griffin Carney, Grady Emerson, and Braylon James due up for the Cardinals. Work cut out for them. Down by 3 as we start the bottom of the first inning. A .348 mark for the Cardinals' leadoff man on the year. As he digs in, Lucas Smith, the starter for Coram Deo, and first one misses low here to Griffin Carney. Smith comes through with a 2 RBI double to make it a 3-0 score in the top of the first inning. And now out to the rubber to face Griffin Carney. Takes for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike against the Cardinals' leadoff man, the senior second baseman. Putting together a great senior campaign for Rusty Greer. Has been a great table setter for this Cardinal order. And he watches upstairs. Carney smacks it up the middle.
All right, let's go, G.
His 25th hit of the season. Continuing to see that near .350 batting average climb, and the speedy Griffin Carney is on the base paths to begin the bottom of the first inning. Griffin Carney, who leads the team with 22 stolen bases in 24 games, is on at first here for Grady Emerson. Emerson, you're reading that right, it's a .500 batting average for him on the year. And it's Carney who goes to second. He gets there in time as Smith's ball goes into center, and just like that, Griffin Carney standing at third base. He took off before Smith went home. He stepped off, threw it to second, but it goes into the outfield. And Griffin Carney taking second and third before Grady Emerson sees a pitch. Emerson went 3 for 4 on Tuesday night in the Cardinals' loss to Grace Prep. He also had all 3 RBIs for the Cardinals in the 4-3 loss on Tuesday evening. With batting average at .500 on the year, an OBP of .629, OPS above 1,500 for Grady Emerson. And perhaps more impressively than all of that, he has been aboard in 24 consecutive games to begin the year for the Cardinals. And Emerson launches this to left. It's down, extending his hit streak to 10 games. And Griffin Carney will walk home. It's a 3-1 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. So back-to-back hits for the Cardinals to begin this bottom of the first, and they answer with a run after surrendering 3 in the top of the inning. That'll bring Braylon James to the plate. James watches the first above the zone. Emerson standing at first base. He has plenty of stolen bases as well. 19 for 19 on stolen base tries this year, as the senior center fielder Braylon James, a .290 hitter on the year, steps up. Emerson is off. James watches low. Throw down to second. Not in time. So Grady now 20 for 20 on stolen bases, moving into scoring position for Braylon James as we get another look. Emerson, a good jump and a good pitch to go on. That was down. And now a 3-0 count here to Braylon James. With Lucas Smith working to the Cardinals' 3-hole. And Emerson diving into third, and he gets there in time. No tag applied by Ford Stratton. And once again, for the second time in the inning, the Cardinals running before the pitch is thrown, and it works out successfully both times for Rusty Greer's squad. as Emerson darting toward third. He's able to take the bag, a 3-0 count. Runner at third, nobody out. And James watches inside. He'll take first base.
Go, Barry.
Brings Jackson Castleberry to the plate.
Jackson Castleberry.
Lucas Smith on the year from the numbers that we were able to procure. It's his 10th appearance overall with a 4.13 ERA. 20 and a third under his belt, had surrendered 22 hits in those innings and 12 earned runs for a 4.13 ERA with 27 strikeouts and 20 walks. But a visit to the mound right now as we get another look at that play. So Smith steps off, he throws it to Stratton, and the throw pulled him off the bag, and Emerson able to dive in with no tag being attempted, getting to third base. Good shot on the replay by our crew of Ryan Jones, Tim Holster, and Trey Bell tonight. Doing a phenomenal job on the production all year long here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Radio. But a visit to the Hill now. A talk with Lucas Smith, who helped his team out in the top of the first inning with a 2 RBI double. Put his team up 3-0. But now the Cardinals a 3-2 score now as Grady Emerson slides in home safely and taking the extra 90 feet as the ball goes to the backstop. And so a 3-2 score that allows James to get to second. And we take another look as Emerson slides in before the tag is applied, and moving James up to second as well as Castleberry watches high. So a 3-2 score now. Carney singles, comes around to score on a Grady Emerson single. Then Braylon James walks, and Emerson able to come home from third. As he scores on a wild pitch. So a ball and a strike is the count here to Jackson Castleberry. It's Grady Emerson, who extends his hit streak to 10 straight games. Here in the first, driving in a run in the process as well. Then comes home to score to make it a 1-run ball game. And now Jackson Castleberry, tying run in scoring position here in the first inning. Check swing, but Castleberry goes around. A 1-2 count now to the Cardinals' cleanup man. The 1-2. That's bounced low, and Braylon James running into third, sliding there. Despite no play at the bag, and he moves up 90 feet. Now the tying run just 90 feet away as it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Here to Jackson Castleberry, a .333 hitter on the year for the senior right fielder. And a swing and a miss right there for the first out in the bottom of the first inning.
Jake.
So one gone now for Jake Parkerson.
The third baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
Parkerson will try to tie up this ball game. And it could happen here. Ball scooting away from Martin, and Braylon James gets home in time. And just like that, we're all knotted up at 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. Another look as James darts home as Martin has to go to the backstop to gather that. The left-handed catcher unable to keep it in front. and allows James to come across and score. And now a 2-0 count here to Jake Parkerson. .433 batting average on the year, with 17 driven in for the senior third baseman. That's called for a strike. Parkerson with a hit, at least one of them, in 4 of his last 5 games. And he leaves it down. 3 balls and a strike the count. So the 3-1 here to Jake Parkerson. And Parkerson rips it out to right field. And right there to make the grab, Brett Mernustik for the second out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
So Mernustik able to make the grab out and right for the second out, brings Andrew Ridgel to the plate. Did not see him with a bat in his hands on Tuesday because he was the starting pitcher. Moving up in Rusty Greer's lineup tonight to the 6th spot. Why not? Hitting .395 on the year. And he watches the first for ball 1, a 1-0 count. But a brand new ball game. After 3 in the top of the first from the Lions, the Cardinals score 3 in the home half to knot up this ball game here at Keck Field. Andrew Ridgel hitting with a 2-0 count. Now 2 balls and a strike. Ridgel's .395 average, 3rd best on the team, 17 hits and 43 at-bats. Now well ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Ridgel, who's at first base tonight, the 3-1.
Go 9.
So a full count here to Ridgel. First 5 reach for the Lions at the top of the first inning. Then Greg Smed strikes out the next 3. They score 3. Cardinals scoring 3 as well to match them. And Ridgel watching for ball 4. So the inning continues with a full count pitch that misses up and in to Andrew Ridgel.
Fielder, number 25, Jackson Purdue.
And that'll bring up Jackson Purdue. Limited action for the senior this season, was dealing with some injuries, but now back in Rusty Greer's order, out in left field, hitting in the 7th spot in the order. And a check at Ridgel. For Purdue, just the 3rd game that he's appeared in here this season. After he played quite a bit a year ago in his junior campaign, was pretty much an everyday guy out in left. And now back and healthy and in the lineup. He watches low and out as Ridgel was off with the pitch and he gets into second. For Purdue, just 3 recorded at-bats all the year, 0 for 3, 6 total plate appearances. Scored a pair of runs. Those have an RBI as well, has been hit twice. And also drawn 1 walk. Through his 2 games of action that he has played for the Cardinals this year. And now the 3rd here tonight, and goes up and in, and a foul ball. So that'll have Ridgel retreat back to second. With the count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second in a 3-3 game. Jackson Purdue. Fouls it back to keep the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ridgel is off, but Purdue swings and misses to end the threat. Both teams score 3 in the first. We're off to the second. You're watching Cardinal Baseball live on Tradio.
How are you, sir? Goodwill's not a bad place to start.
I'm ready for it. Didn't have it for you off the top, but we'll give it to you now. The lineup for the Cardinals, the defensive alignment on the infield: Jake Parkerson, Grady Emerson, Griffin Carney, and Andrew Ridgel. In the outfield, Jackson Purdue, Braylon James, and Jackson Castleberry. Greg Smeds on the hill, working with Hank Austin, and Court Williams, the designated hitter. He will lead off for the Cardinals. Coming up in the bottom of the second, but we start the top of the second inning. And the ninth hitter in the order for Coram Dale, Bert Newstick at the plate. And hits with an 0-2 count. So after the first 5 reached against Greg Smeds in the first inning, he strikes out the next 3. But does surrender 3 runs.
Yeah.
And now he has punched out 4 in a row. He strikes out 3 in a row to end the first, and the first here in the top of the second. 1 out, and that flips the lineup back to the top of the order. Sebastian Leteric
The center fielder, number
now at the
44,
plate.
Sebastian Leteric.
Leteric, he had a great at-bat his first time up, worked the count full after falling behind 0-2. He takes the first for a strike from Smeds. And then he ripped a full count pitch down the left field line. Came across to score as well. This ball grounded to Emerson. He throws it across the diamond, and it's in time. Brady continuing to play phenomenal defense. Comes up on it. Makes the fantastic play.
Number 12, Caleb Burns.
He goes in the hole to backhand it right in front of the third baseman, Parkerson, and throws it across to beat Leteric by a step for the 6-3 ground ball. That'll bring Caleb Ernst to the plate. With 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second inning. And for Grady, that was his 84th chance in the field this year, and he has committed 0 errors. He's been fantastic with the glove, although that can sometimes get overlooked when he's hitting 500 at the plate as well. But makes another great play with the leather. Smeds sees this ball chopped over to Parkerson. He throws it across in time to the left side of the infield, going to work for Greg Smeds. And he has a 1-2-3 top of the second. We go to the home half next here on Tradio.
Cardinal fans, we ask you to join us for the Cars and Cardinals Car Show on April 11th at 10:30 a.m. right here at Warwick Christian. The event sponsored graciously by our friends at the Flyman Company Insurance. Enjoy great cars, games, food, and a raffle. All proceeds benefit Forward Christian's baseball program. To sign up, visit FWC Baseball on Instagram and click the link in the bio. of the second for the Cardinals, the designated hitter, number 23, Court Williams.
Welcome back. We start the bottom of the second inning, and Court Williams leading things off, the Cardinals' designated hitter. And the senior, limited action for him this year, just the fourth game that he has appeared in this season. 1 for 6 at the plate. He watches the first low, but getting an opportunity here this evening as Lucas Smith begins his second inning of action. Needed 33 pitches, 15 of which went for strikes in his first inning of work, and fires a strike there to even the count here to Court Williams. Now 1-2 count. Williams rung up on strikes for the first down here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up the ninth hitter in the order,
The catcher, number 1,
senior catcher Hank Austin. And Smith fires a strike, so both arms in the first inning had to navigate out of some early trouble. First 3 reaching for the Cardinals in the first, all of which come across to score to tie the game at 3 as Austin does go around there, an 0-2 count now. But after the first 3 reached, Smith was able to retire 3 of the next 4, starts this inning off with a strikeout. After the first 5 reach against Greg Smets, he's now retired 6 in a row, including a string of 4 consecutive strikeouts. And Austin is hit on an 0-2 pitch, so he'll take first base, and that'll bring up Griffin Carney for the second time in as many innings. It's the Cardinals' leadoff man.
Number 27, Griffin Carney.
Carney singled the center field his last time up. Carney had his 5-game hit streak snapped with an 0 for 2 on Tuesday, but starting a new one here tonight with a single to center, comes across to score on a Grady Emerson RBI single. So Carney, first pitch swinging, skies it towards center, and Sebastian Leteric comes in to make the grab out from center field for the second out.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
So that'll bring up Grady Emerson, extending his on-base streak to 25 straight games, all the games for the Cardinals this year, and his hit streak to 10 straight games with an RBI single in the first, but a pickoff to end this frame. Jacob Ward, the courtesy runner for Hank Austin, who got plunked, is picked off to end the second inning. Another look as we go to break. Ward taking his lead, and he was caught leaning the wrong way. Young applies the tag on the freshman who's picked off to end the second, and we're knotted at 3. You're watching Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
second baseman number 3, Jack Ham.
3, 4, and 5 due up for Coram Deo as we start the top of the third inning. Greg Smeds finding a groove, similar script to what we saw last time out. A swing and a miss here to Jack Ham, who singled in the first inning. Smeds allows the first 5 to reach 2 walks and 3 hits. In the process, surrendering 3 runs in the first inning. But now he's retired 6 straight as he begins his third inning of work. And we're all knotted at 3 after the Lions jump out in front 3-0. And again, they had only scored 3 total runs through their first 4 district games, losing them all. It's fouled. Back to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Ham. Senior second baseman singling and coming across to score in that first inning. He drove in a run to make it 1-0. And then scored on the 2 RBI double from Lucas Smith to make it a 3-0 lead. Now hits with a full count to begin the third inning. Smeds kicks and deals, and it's fouled away. Well, for Greg Smeds, his 7th start of the season. We talked about earlier, he's limited base runners at a really high level. The whip below 1, 4-0 on the year through 6 starts, just 5 earned runs on the year. With a 1.207 ERA, the 3-2 is spiked, and that's ball 4. So that snaps a stretch of 6 straight retired. A leadoff walk to begin the top of the third brings Sebastian Young to the plate. He walked his last time up. And the cleanup man and senior first baseman, a first-team all-district pick last year, hitting .319. Those numbers much improved upon here this season. And he takes the first low. It goes to the backstop and allows Ham to get to second. For Young, from the stats that we were able to gather for Coram Deo, all but just a couple of games entered at least online, he has 22 hits and 60 at-bats, hitting .449. For the senior who was a first-team all-district pick last year. Tough to do on a team that goes 0-12 in district play, like Coram Deo did last year, then losing their first 4 this season. All in games that weren't very close, but they jumped out in front tonight, a 3-0 advantage. Cardinals were able to answer right back. Now the Lions trying to go back on top. They've got their cleanup man at the plate, and a swing and a miss on the 2-0 offering. Young, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 16 driven in, all of those leading the squad. With a .449 mark at the plate, at least through 19 games of stats that were entered on their max press. As Young takes low, now a 3-ball, 1-strike count. So the official totals could be off by a number or 2. You get the idea. Above 300 last year, approaching 500 this year at the plate for the senior first baseman. A team that sits at 9-12 on the year. He watches low and inside. Young drawing the walk. Runners on first and second. The first 2 reaching, both on 3 passes from Greg Smeds in the third. And that'll bring up Lucas Smith. Came up to a similar situation in the first inning. Had a pair of guys on for him. Actually had him juiced, and he was able to come through with a 2 RBI double to make it a 3-0 lead. And so Smith, 2 RBI double in the first, now hits for a second time. He watches low and inside. So Young, the runner at first base, he's walked in his first 2 plate appearances tonight. Smith thinking about dropping one down, pulls it back. Senior pitcher. He's gone 2 innings and 41 pitches on the mound tonight, with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. Trying to help his own cause at the plate as he did in the first with a 2 RBI double. Now hits with first and second, nobody out, and the 2-0. Smith skies it toward left, and Braylon James, the center fielder, coming in front of Jackson Purdue to make the grab for the first out.
The left fielder, number 22, Grayson Kirk.
Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Brings Grayson Kirk to the plate. Kirk struck out swinging his first time up. That was the first out. In the first inning, Smeds going on to strike out 4 in a row, 3 in a row to end the first, and 1 to start the second inning. And he misses low and inside. Austin throwing down to second. Back in the nick of time was Jack Ham. With Austin on the throw down, we get another look. Carney can't get the tag in on him in time. But made it close for a shot down to second on a delivery by Smeds. There's a swing and a miss. There from Grayson Kirk. So Ham at second, Young at first. Ham has reached twice, a single and a walk. And Sebastian Young, a pair of walks, standing at first base. As Smeds kicks and deals. Misses low. The only runs Greg Smeds allowed his last time out, 2 runs against Southwest Christian in the first, then worked 5 2/3 in that ball game. Only allowed those 2. Similar situation tonight. Allows 3 in the first, but none since. However, 2 on, 1 out. Now for Kirk, and he misses high. 3 balls and a strike. Ford Stratton would be next. Middle infield, playing at double play depth. But a 3-1 pitch upcoming. Here from Smeds. That's in for a strike to run it full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 60th pitch of the night upcoming from the left-hander. And it's soft to Carney, flips onto Emerson. No throw onto first, so Kirk will reach on the fielder's choice. That puts runners on the corners, but now 2 outs.
The third baseman, number 8, Ford Stratton.
And it brings Ford Stratton to the plate. Ball just not hit hard enough to turn 2. Carney with the flip off to Emerson, but no throw. And so men on the corners, Kirk getting to first on the fielder's choice. Ham getting to third, and Ford Stratton is at the plate. The Smeds trying to strand 2 out on the base paths and keep this game tied. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Cardinals in the home half of the 3rd inning. Brady Emerson set to lead things off for the Cardinals as Austin bobbled it as he was looking to come up firing, but instead it's Kirk who's able to take the extra 90 feet. Now 2 in scoring position here for Coram Deo. A ball and a strike is the count with 2 outs. Here to Ford Stratton, was caught looking his first time up. Right here, lifts it to center. Braylon James camped under it, and he makes the grab. So 2 left out on second and third for Coram Deo. In the top of the 3rd, we're tied as we go to the home half. You're watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Grady Emerson leads us off as we start the bottom of the third inning, all tied at 3. He takes the first, up and out. Emerson watches low and out, a 2-0 count to the senior shortstop. Singled and drove home a run in the first inning. Was up at the plate to end last inning, but runner picked off at first ended the threat, and Emerson does go around. 2 balls and a strike, the count.
Go, G.
Emerson's average now north of 500 on the year after singling in the first. He takes for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. He's hit safely in 10 straight, on base in all 25 games for the Cardinals this year. Hits with a 2-2 count. Now it's full. Here to Emerson. He's had a knack for just having such a great approach at the plate this season as well. Not only leading the team in hits, he's drawn 24 walks, 1 per game this season for the Cardinals as well. The 3-2. And he pulls it foul. Foul out in front of it. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. So he tries to get things started for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the third inning. Grady calling a time. And before we get another 3-2, it's Smith who will step off the rubber for a moment. Emerson watches for ball 4. So right on cue, Grady Emerson drawing his 25th walk of the year. 25 walks are now what is the 25th game of the year for the Cardinals, but he gets aboard. He's been on twice tonight. And here for Braylon James. Grady stole second, stole third his last time up. He's running on the first pitch here and gets to second in plenty of time. His 3rd swipe bag tonight. Now 22 of 22 on those tries this year. The Cardinals already with 6 stolen bases. We're just in the bottom of the 3rd. Have been picked off once, and a couple of those they're running before the pitch is offered. Braylon James now a 1-0 count. He walked his last time up. James with 15 walks all the year, second on the team, but 10 shy of the man on second. And Grady Emerson, who will now get to third. That ball sails to the backstop, now a 2-0 count. And the go-ahead run standing at third base for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Braylon James. Watches for a strike. And the 2-1. James smokes this toward right, but right at the right fielder, Mernustik, but it'll be deep enough to allow Grady Emerson to come across and score. And it's a 4-3 Cardinal lead as they take their first lead of the evening on a sacrifice fly by Braylon James. There's one out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Jackson Castleberry.
The thing we're getting ready to say about Braylon James is how well he's performed this year in those type of spots. A .290 hitter on the year. However, with runners in scoring position, his batting average 60 points higher. A .350 hitter with runners in scoring position, and with how often Grady Emerson and the man in front of him, Griffin Carney, as Jackson Castleberry grounds it to Ernst as short, but it's bounced and it pulls Young off the bag. Looks like Castleberry would have got there either way, and he gets aboard with one out here in the bottom of the third inning. But with James, hits with guys aboard a lot. With Carney and Emerson getting aboard so often, it allows Braylon James and Jackson Castleberry, man, you see digging down the first base line, to hit with guys on the base paths and in scoring position, and James has performed well in those scenarios. Now, no credit for a hit, of course, but gets the RBI and a sacrifice fly just a moment ago, and he got a really good piece of it. Right at Mernustik, but deep enough to give the Cardinals their first lead of the night, now in front 4-3. And then Jackson Castleberry follows it up with an infield single and will try into second base as well.
No, Jake.
And so Jake Parkerson now with an opportunity with runners in scoring position.
All right, here we go.
The 2-0 misses high. Parkerson, he's a .350 hitter with runners in scoring position, so a little bit below his average on the year, which is at .433. But take it or leave it, at least with this number. Find it interesting, at least with Parkerson, is that when he does put the ball in play, he gets a hit more than half the time. His batting average on balls in play this year, a .521 clip for Jake Parkerson, the fifth hitter in the order. That's hitting well north of 400 this year. But on balls in play, a .521 mark, and hits with a 3-0 count here with a man at second, and he takes for a strike. Really has been swinging the stick well all season long for the Cardinals, playing at the hot corner again tonight. Flew out to right his first time up. As Castleberry stands at second after the infield single. He takes second, and that is grounded to third. It is a ball in play, but a ball that pulls Young off the bag on the throw across by Stratton, and that'll put runners on the corners. Here with one out. That'll bring up Andrew Ridgel.
The first baseman, number 9,
First
Andrew
and third
Ridgel.
scenario. Ridgel .395 on the year for the senior. He walked his last time up. One out, two on. And Ridgel smokes it up the middle. Jackson Castleberry will come across to score, and that puts runners on first and second here with one out. As three straight Cardinals have reached in 4 of the first 5 to open up this bottom of the third inning.
Jackson Purdue.
That's one thing about Andrew Ridgel. He's a .395 hitter on the year, as you saw in the graphic a moment ago. But more impressively, he's the second best on the team hitting with runners in scoring position, hitting .500 this year, which would lead pretty much every team, but Grady Emerson's hitting .625 with runners in scoring position. Ridgel now north of 500 in those scenarios, and he comes through with an RBI knock up the middle to make it a 5-3 lead for the Cardinals. Brings Jackson Purdue to the dish. And a check at second. Purdue 0 for 1 tonight, struck out swinging to end the first inning. Parkerson at second, Ridgel at first. Purdue at the plate, a 1-0 count with 1 out. Now a 2-run Cardinal lead. They fell behind 3-0 at the top of the first inning. And now after Smith fired the pitch, home plate umpire will go have a chat with him. 1-0 count. He went to offer to Purdue before left fielder was ready to go. So home plate umpire and Lucas Smith working in his third inning of action tonight. Having a conversation with him. Should be 2-0 count. With Purdue at the plate. And he grounds this to second. Ham to Ernst on to first. But it's Young. Pulled off the bag and safe at first is Purdue. He reaches.
The designated hitter, number 23, Court Williams.
And that'll bring Court Williams to the plate. We got Ridgel standing out at second base. We'll perhaps see if we can get another look here, because at least thought for a moment that Ridgel was out, but there is a conversation. So here's the look. Ham has it. They flip it onto second. Looks like Ridgel would be out, but there for Young, called safe on the run down the line by Purdue. And typically when you see the first base umpire call safe, they make a designation of being off the bag or not. Didn't see if that was the case, but you got the review in that regard. And now it's Coram playing their case. Jeff Leterick, the head coach for them, third season, just like Rusty Greer at the helm. They're in the midst of a district battle. Their team jumps out in front, 3-0, and so everybody was safe there. So we'll give a shout out to Tim Polster because he captured that for us, but everybody's safe, and now the base is juiced here with one gone, and Court Williams to the plate. So all in all, if you're scoring that one, a fielder's choice allowing Williams to reach, but the choice still allowed Ridgel to advance to second. So now the base is loaded here for Court Williams in the bottom of the third inning, and Williams pulls it foul.
Good rip, Court, good rip.
And shout out again to Tim Polster. He showed us the replays there. There were close plays at second and first. Thought perhaps there was an out there at second. So apologies on the initial indication of calling that. But all in all, a 1-1 count now to Williams, and that gets away from Martin Parkerson. Staying put, though, at third, making it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Here with one out, and the base is full of Cardinals here in the bottom of the third inning. Williams, he struck out looking. In his first trip to the plate, that led off the second inning, when Lucas Smith was able to face the minimum for getting out of that inning with a pickoff. Williams going around there.
All right, Court, come on.
So now Court Williams hitting with a full count. It's the fourth game that he has appeared in this year. He's only recorded 6 at-bats on the season.
There you go.
Watch is low and out.
All right, Court, here you go. Make it be yours.
And now 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Well, pitch ahead there. We've got it full now. At least we had it a pitch ahead. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out.
There you go.
And
Good
that's ball
AB.
4. So Williams reaches on the free pass. That allows Parkerson to come
Hank.
across and score. Bases still loaded. And that brings up the 9th hitter in the order, Hank Austin. Extending the Cardinals'
The
lead.
catcher, number 1.
A 6-3 advantage now. 6 unanswered runs scored by the Cardinals after they fell behind 3-0 in the top of the first inning. The Cardinals answer back with 3 in the bottom of the first. Neither team scores in the second. And now the Cardinals add 3 here in the bottom of the third. In this inning, taking their first lead of the night and now going up by 3. Austin at the plate. Watches the first outside the zone. And the second one off the plate as well. A 2-0 count here to the senior catcher who was hit on an 0-2 pitch last time up. Now hits with a 2-0 count.
Go, Hank. Leave.
And 3 balls, no strikes here to Austin. Top of the order, waiting on deck is Griffin Carney, and Grady Emerson in the hole. He's the man who led off this inning, drawing a walk. And Austin watching for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike the count, 1 out. Bases full of Cardinals. A couple of walks in this frame for Smith trying to work out of a jam. Austin, that is indeed ball 4, so back-to-back bases loaded walks extends the Cardinals' lead to now 7-3, scoring their 4th run of the inning.
The second baseman, number 27, Griffin Carney.
And that'll bring up Griffin Carney. So Lucas Smith has faced this Cardinals order twice, and it looks like that will be it for him, as he won't get a try for a 3rd turn through the Cardinals order. We'll perhaps wait and see if they're going to make a change on the mound or not, but a 7-3 advantage for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Back-to-back bases loaded walks extending the Cardinals' lead now to 7-3. Court Williams drawing a free pass after Hank Austin drew a free pass, but certainly an inning. If you go back to it on a ground ball by Jackson Purdue on 2 plays where you look at it from Lucas Smith's and just the Lions' perspective in general, certainly could have been out of the inning on what could have been a double play ball. Instead, everybody was safe. Really tough to rebound from those tough situations when things don't go your way in the field, and then you come back and you walk back-to-back batters. But you can certainly understand the frustration. It was a tailor-made double play ball, but a couple of balls in this inning, not to mention Jake Parkerson, who was able to score. He reached on an error as well, and now Carney hits it to center. Be the second sacrifice fly of the inning, as Jackson Purdue comes across to score. And that'll put Grady Emerson up to the plate as Griffin Carney has a sac fly to center. So a sac fly by Braylon James earlier in the inning, and now Griffin Carney with a sacrifice fly.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
That brings Grady Emerson up, 2nd time in the inning that he is batting. 2 plate appearances. He's reached both times tonight. He watches the first for a ball. Singled in the first to drive in a run and walked in the third. 1-0 count here with 2 outs and 2 on. Cardinals now with an 8-3 advantage. And Emerson fouls it away to the right side. A ball and a strike the count. Now 2 outs. An inning started with Emerson walking, then a sac fly by James, a single by Castleberry, but then an error, a single, and then a weird fielder's choice play that everybody was safe on, followed by back-to-back walks that brought home runs, and then a sac fly. So 2 sac flies in the inning and 2 ground balls that at least could have been fielded, but Lucas Smith not getting the help inducing the ground balls. Defensively, certainly could have been out of it. 8-3 advantage, though, for the Cardinals, and Emerson at the plate looking to add on a 2-1. He grounds it to first. Sebastian Young makes the play. So side retire, but not before the Cardinals put 5 on the board. They're up 8-3 after 3 innings of action here from Keck Field.
Leading off for the Lions, the catcher, number 19, Patrick
Back to action here from Keck Field. 5 runs on the board for the Cardinals. Last half inning, they take an 8-3 lead. New arm into the game, it's Fred Hall. As we begin the 4th inning of action tonight. So Hall getting the opportunity to throw with the Cardinals. Ahead by 5 here on the top of the 4th. Hall, his 6th appearance of the year, 7 1/3 logged on the season so far. He has 1 save. He's allowed 5 hits and no earned runs in 7 1/3. So 5 appearances and 5 outings without allowing an earned run, a 1-2 count. And that's in for strike 3, so Hall starting his outing off with a punch out here in the 4th. So just 3 innings of action for Greg Smeds. He goes 3 innings, 65 pitches, 39 for strikes, 3 hits, 3 earned runs allowed. He walked 4, he struck out 4. His 4 strikeouts came in a string of consecutive fashion to end the 1st and start the 2nd. But Smeds, his day done after 68 pitches in 3 innings. He had worked 5+ in 4 straight outings. But it's off to Fred Hall now. Seeing what he can do out on the bump for the Cardinals after Patrick Martin strikes out to begin this inning. Brett Mernustik up at the plate.
Brett.
2 balls and a strike with 1 out. And Hall kicks and deals. That's grounded to third. Backhanded by Parkerson. Across in time. Good to see Parkerson flash the leather over at the hot corner, and now there's two gone. We get another look.
The center fielder,
Parkerson, everyday guy over at third a year ago. Now, early on in the year, committed a couple of errors, but he's really coming into form over at third. As of late, being out there over the last handful of games for the Cardinals. Hadn't seen a lot of Blaine McDonald at third for Fort Worth Christian as well this season. As we flip it back to the top of the order, Sebastian Leteric at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in that first inning when the Lions scored 3 runs, their first 5 reaching against the lefty Greg Smeds. It was Leteric who started it. A 3-2 pitch that he pulls down the left field line after being down 0-2 in the count. He singled and came across to score. And then grounded out to second in his second at-bat in the second inning. Now up for a third time here in the top of the fourth with 2 outs and a 2-1 count. That's lifted toward left field, continuing to carry, going back on it and making the play in front of the wall. Jackson Purdue to retire the side. Sebastian Leteric gave it a good ride, but Purdue able to chase it down as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Another look. Purdue, a guy who hasn't been out and left all that much this year, makes the play as he runs into the wall to end the threat. 8-3 Cardinals. We continue next. It's Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you
Number 17, Braylon James.
Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Braylon James leading us off. Cardinals have 3, 4, and 5 due up in their order here in the bottom of the fourth inning. New arm into the game, Jack Ham, the senior right-hander being called upon as James' first pitch swinging right at the center fielder.
Let's go, Barry.
And that's hauled in by Sebastian Leteric for the first down.
The right fielder.
Here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Jackson Castleberry.
That brings up Jackson Castleberry. So Ham, his junior season, a 3.27 ERA here in his senior campaign. He's picked up 2 victories across 10 appearances, along with 1 save, a .580. ERA second on the team in innings pitched as well, as somehow getting to that ball, backhanding it to keep it on the infield, but Jackson Castleberry credited with a couple infield singles in this one now. As he gets aboard once again. After striking out in his first trip to the plate, brings Jake Parkerson to the plate. And so the change, it brought Jack Ham to the mound, and I believe the starter, Lucas Smith, then went out to second. Everything else pretty much staying the same here for the Lions defensively. A 2-0 count to Parkerson with a runner aboard at first. Check on Castleberry. It was earlier in the ball game to end the second inning. A runner was picked off at first base with Grady Emerson at the plate. Parkerson watching, now 3-0 count to Parkerson. 1 out after the fly out by Braylon James to begin it. This bottom of the 4th inning. The Cardinals, they trailed by 3 after the top of the first. Now 8 straight unanswered, and back-to-back runners aboard here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Parkerson draws a walk.
The first baseman, number 9, Andrew Ridgel.
One thing about the Lions is that at least to begin district play, they've had to go up against really tough competition. They started district play off against the Eagles of Southwest Christian, falling 8-1 and 17-0 in those 2 games. And Southwest Christian currently tied with Fort Worth Christian for second in the district, both teams 3-1. Then had to play Lubbock Trinity Christian and lost both of those games 6-2, 11-0. Lubbock Trinity Christian currently 4-0 in district play atop the standings. The Cardinals will head to Lubbock next week for a pair of games. We'll have them for you here on Tradio. As you can watch the broadcast as we hit the road. Andrew Ridgel up at the plate now. A ball and a strike the count with 1 out. Runners on first and second. 8 runs on just 5 hits tonight for the Cardinals. Runner is off, and Castleberry throw to third. It's not in time. Castleberry swiping a bag. And so that moves runners to second and third. Castleberry's second stolen base tonight. And the Cardinals now with 8 stolen bases in this ballgame. With Ridgel at the plate, he's reached twice. And he'll reach a third time and extend the Cardinals' lead in the process. Castleberry coming across, Parkerson as well. And the Cardinals now ahead 10-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning as Andrew Ridgel comes through once again. Mentioned last time up, he was hitting above 500 with runners in scoring position. Well, he comes through with a base knock up the middle with 2 in scoring position there. They both come across to score. It's now a 7-run lead for the Cardinals after Andrew Ridgel produces on a 2 RBI single up the middle. It's fouled back. Jackson Purdue at the plate. A really phenomenal mark. Ridgel getting moved up in the lineup, was hitting in that 7, 8, 9 spot at times during this season. Moved up to the 6th spot. And in that spot of the order in front of Carney Emerson, James Castleberry, and Parkerson, a part of the order that really hasn't been changed much as Jackson Purdue pulls it out to left field, and the Cardinals now have 2 on with 1 gone. Ridgel to second, and Purdue now getting on for Jackson Purdue. It's his first hit of the season.
The designated hitter, number 23, Court Williams.
That he had earlier in this ball game, and he gets it right, or he gets it right there. Purdue, first hit of the season as he pulls it to left. And it's pulled foul. And at least at this stage of the year, should mention just his third game being played, was banged up the first 8 or so weeks of the season. Now being inserted in the lineup over the last handful of games, and good to see him come through with his first knock of the year. And it brings Court Williams to the plate with runners on first and second. And watching high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Cardinals ahead by 7 runners on first and second. First inning of action for Jack Ham out of the pen. And that gets away from Martin. Runners go up to second and third now. And it's a 2-1 count. Lucas Smith worked 3 innings, surrendered 4 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, and 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Just the 4 hits surrendered in 3 innings of action for Smith. The Cardinals only 1 gone here in the 4th, and they've already collected 3 hits here in this frame. With 7 total now on the ball game, and a swing and a miss by Court Williams. 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out looking in the second, walked in the third. And the 2-2. Full count here to Court Williams. Williams entering tonight just 1 for 6 on the season, but hasn't played in exactly a month coming into tonight. His last appearance was against Tyler Legacy on the 26th of February, now playing here on the 26th day of March. So it's been a month since his appearances, but he has reached twice tonight, draws a walk, and that'll bring up Hank Austin with the bases loaded and 1 out.
The catcher, number 1, Hank Austin.
So Hank Austin, the senior catcher with the bases loaded. Takes the first for a ball. These two teams set to meet once again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Austin fouls it away right side. At Railroad Park in Louisville at Coram Deo. For the broadcast tomorrow, before Cardinals will head to Lubbock next week, Tuesday and Wednesday ball games on the road. We'll have both of those games for you here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. But just as a programming note, we won't have live coverage on the broadcast tomorrow evening. Austin at the plate, 2 balls and a strike to count with 1 out. And he fouls it away. So no broadcast tomorrow night, but back in action for a pair of games next week, both on the road at Lubbock Trinity. A team that currently is atop the standings at 4-0. Ridgel at third, Purdue at second, Williams at first, Austin at the plate. And the 2-2. Count is now full. First inning of relief for Jack Ham. It started with a flyout on the first pitch he threw to Braylon James, but single walk, single walk has loaded him up, and that's hit by Austin out to left, right at the left fielder in Kirk, but it allows Ridgel to come across and score on the sac fly, extending the Cardinals' lead now to 11-3. And that's now 2 outs for a runners on first and second scenario for Griffin Carney.
Number 27, Griffin Carney.
So 11 runs tonight for the Cardinals. 3 of them have come on sacrifice flies. So 3 sac flies for the Cardinals tonight. They had 13 sacrifice flies on the year through 24 games. But they have tallied 3 this evening, leading 11-3 as Griffin Carney comes up. His 4th plate appearance, he has one of those sac flies. He pulls this foul. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. Runners first.
Go, Griff.
And second for Carney. Singled in the first, flew out to second, or flew out in the second to center, and then a sac fly in the 3rd inning. And Carney sees that get behind. Runners advanced second and 3rd. Jackson Purdue trotting into 3rd.
Go, Griff. Bring him on home.
So a 2-1 count here to Carney. Carney about a .350 hitter on the year. Trying to see it climb, but diving stop there by Smith, but just not in time to beat out the hustling Carney. So the Cardinals add on to their advantage. And that'll bring up Grady Emerson. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals ahead 12-3, 2 outs. And runners now on the corners. So Austin had the sacrifice fly. But after a fly out to center by Braylon James to begin the inning, the next 5 Cardinals reach base to set up the sacrifice fly, allowing Austin to drive in a run. And that brings Grady Emerson to the plate. With runners on the corners and 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runner is off. Emerson watches. It's off the plate. A throw down to 3rd, but Court Williams able to get back in plenty of time. A throw by Martin down to Stratton. So Carney, after the infield single, quickly taking second base. And Emerson watches for a strike. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He has reached twice. An RBI single in the first, walked in the 3rd, and then grounded out in the 3rd as the Cardinals batted around in a 5-run bottom of the 3rd. They're back to it, though, here on the bottom of the 4th with 4 already across in this frame. And he's the 9th Cardinal to come up to the plate here in this inning. So back-to-back innings with the Cardinals batting around. And Emerson hits with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Emerson toward left field. And Grady Emerson sees it fly over the wall. His 5th homer of the year, a 3-run shot, and the Cardinals extend their advantage. An opposite field home run for Grady Emerson. His team leading 5th bomb. As it just gets over the wall. The 7 spot put on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. A 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and keeps carrying just over the left field wall. An opposite field shot for his 5th bomb of the year, and the Cardinals ahead 15-3 here in the home half of the 4th inning. Couple extra looks at that opposite field home run from Grady Emerson. Just 1 ball, 2 strikes. Able to poke it over the left field wall. James fouling one back. An 0-2 count now to James. So 4 homers in the last 6 games for Emerson. We've seen the power over the wall really come up more recently. 5 bombs on the year, but 4 in the last 6 games. Another multi-hit effort for him. It was on a 1-2 pitch. And he's just able to take the other way and make it a 15-3 advantage for the Cardinals with Braylon James at the plate now. It's fouled back. We're bringing up the number earlier, at least in regards to Andrew Ridgel and how well he's performed this year, as the 2-2 to James is upstairs with runners in scoring position. Coming into tonight, 500 on the year in that department. And he has 2 hits in those scenarios. Well, second on the team, too, Emerson in that department. And Emerson, as Braylon James continues this inning with a single to the right side. His first hit of the night, but second time he's reached as he continues
the right fielder, number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
A big bottom of the 4th here for the Cardinals. They score 5 in the bottom of the 3rd, put up 7 here in the bottom of the 4th, up 15-3. And James with the single. We're bringing up Emerson, at least in some of the advanced metrics. One thing that really stood out was his batting average with runners in scoring position. Coming into tonight, he was hitting .625 with runners in scoring position, and he has a 2-for-2 effort, so seeing what is already a number that really jumps off the page even continue to climb. Not to mention on the year, he's above 500, well above it now after a 2-for-3 effort so far this evening. But seeing a .625 mark with runners in scoring position go up. And we've seen the tape measure, the strength and the power over the wall, but one thing, at least when you can hit well above 500 at this level, at any level, is your ability to use all the fields, and he's certainly done that tonight, going to the opposite field for a home run on a 1-2 pitch. And catching up with Rusty Greer before the game, you heard it in our pregame interview, he really detailed the not only advanced approach that Emerson has at the plate, but just his ability to deal with all the pressure, being one of the top-ranked players in the country. And what Coach Greer said is he tries to help him with that mentality. He played in the show himself, the Texas Ranger Hall of Famer, and knowing that the spotlight always on him on and off the field. And being the top-ranked high school baseball player in the nation. 0-1 count here to Jackson Castleberry. It misses high. So a 7-run frame so far for the Cardinals. They've had 6 hits in this inning. And Castleberry grounds it right to second. Stepping on the bag in time there is Smith. That ends the threat. But not before the Cardinals score 7 runs on 6 hits. They do leave one on. We leave you with a replay of the Grady Emerson bomb. Just carrying over the wall, his 5th homer of the season. And the Cardinals, well, out in front, 15-3 the score. After 4, you're watching Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
Braylon, what is your most used emoji?
Most used emoji? Probably the red heart.
All right. Who's your favorite athlete growing up?
Favorite athlete growing up would be Bobby Witt Jr., just because my parents are from Missouri, so I've been watching the Royals.
All right. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song, gotta be Shakira, Hips Don't Lie.
That's a great one. Who's your favorite teammate to watch in at bat?
Favorite teammate to watch in at bat? Gotta be. Let's go with Griffin Carney.
All right.
Love the way he does his takes up in the box.
All right. Who do you have winning March? Antonio, what's your favorite season?
Definitely summer for sure.
What's your favorite gas station snack?
Ooh, probably P3.
All right. What's the best sports movie?
Sandlot for sure.
Do you prefer bench or squat?
Bench.
What's the best album you ever listened to?
I don't know, album.
We are back to action here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Fort Worth Christian with a 6-hit, 7-run, bottom of the fourth inning, now leading 15-3 as we start the fifth.
Go, Fred.
And so Hall, another inning of work, but he was out in the dugout for a while as the Cardinals put 7 on the board after his first inning of work out of the bullpen. So Caleb Ernst at the plate, 0 for 1 tonight. Walked in the first, then came across to score on a Lucas Smith 2 RBI double. And after the Lions, they jumped out in front. They were ahead by 3 after a half inning. The Cardinals with 15 unanswered runs to take control of this ball game, with a bulk of that production coming with a 5-run third and a 7-run fourth. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. As Hall had an efficient first inning of work and starts his second inning of relief in an efficient manner, getting a punch out, 1 gone here.
The pitcher, number 3, Jack Ham.
In the top of the 5th inning, Jack Ham now up to the plate. Saw him out on the mound in relief last half after starting the game at second. Watches the first up top from Fred Hall. So Hall 7 1/3 on the year entering tonight and hadn't given up an earned run. Inning and a third so far tonight, the same story. So pretty impressive to be donning a 0 ERA at this stage of the year. And now what is his 6th appearance, but first one since he pitched last Tuesday. For a pair of innings in their midweek Tuesday game against UME Prep. As it's fouled back. So 3 balls and a strike here to Jack Ham. Sky toward the left side. Parkerson chasing for it. Now Emerson gives some chase, but it hits on top of the cages out and left. Foul ball, 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Be sure to stay with us after the game. After every Cardinal victory, we have our post-game interview with our Cardinal player of the game. So stay tuned to find out who that is shortly following the conclusion of this one. 15-3 Cardinal lead, 3 balls, 2 strikes the count with 1 gone. As Hall kicks and deals. And he issues a 1-out walk to Ham, and that'll bring up Sebastian Young.
Number 42, Sebastian Young.
We know Young can do a lot of damage with the bat, but hasn't had a chance to showcase it tonight because he's drawn a pair of walks. And he comes up now with 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Takes the first for a strike. Young pulling it foul. So an 0-2 count. Young, a good piece on it, but out in front of it, yanking it foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Young at the plate. It's Ham at first. And that's in for strike 3. Hall dropping it in for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Lucas Smith. He delivered that 2 RBI double in the first inning to put the Lions ahead 3-0. Well, that is last time they've been able to get on the board. The Cardinals have answered with 15 straight runs, and he grounds it to the left side. Parkerson flipping it off, and the Cardinals able to come out a 15-3 victory after 5 via the Mercy. So the Cardinals' big 7-run bottom of the 4th proving to be the difference in this one. We have our player of the game. We'll talk to Grady Emerson here in a moment. So stay tuned with us here, Cardinal fans. We'll talk to the star shortstop here in a moment. We'll make our way over there and be with you in just a second. You're watching Cardinal Baseball live on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Tristan Coleman, 11th grade. This is my first year at Fort Worth Christian. I think that I really like about Fort Worth Christian is just the community aspect of it. Once I got here, I feel like everybody just kind of like brought me in and was super kind. And I never really been in like an environment to where like everybody's just nice like that. Like it doesn't really feel like school for me. It feels like a community. Like I'm actually going there having fun and learning.
Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Field with our player of the game, Grady Emerson. Grady, thanks for taking time to chat with us. First time I've had the chance to interview you post-game, so what a night for you.
Yeah, no, it was a great night. Great team win. Obviously, going down 3-0 and being able to battle back into a win was pretty amazing. So I'm really happy we got the job done and excited to do it tomorrow.
Your team having some fun behind you as well. I wanted to ask about this Cardinal baseball team. What do you appreciate most about being on this squad?
I think just the fun that they have. I mean, obviously, you see them doing some tricks in the back, but just the environment that they bring, you know, obviously being in the clubhouse with them for a long time, 2-3 hours a day is a true blessing, you know. I mean, the brotherhood that I've built out of these kids is pretty special, and it's something I'm not going to take for granted.
So 1-2 count, you go opposite field for the home run. One, did you think that was going out off the bat?
No, not at all. I was thinking that was going to go off the wall, or honestly maybe caught with the way the wind was blowing today.
And then also, final thing, I want to ask about Rusty Greer. What has he helped you with here this season, coming to play under him here in your senior year?
Yeah, the best thing that he's helped me with, honestly, has just been the fact that, of course they're doing it. The thing he's helped me with the most, though, is honestly just being able to stay true to myself, you know, not trying to do too much. And, you know, because the biggest thing for me is, you know, I just want to be able to play my game because that's when I have the most success. So being able to talk to somebody who obviously has been through a lot was pretty special. So that's the biggest thing that he's taught me, is just how to play the game the right way and how to stay mentally prepared for everything.
Well, that's Grady Emerson, our player of the game. A pair of hits tonight, his team-leading 5th home run as well. And we say so long from Keck Field. Cardinals win at 15-3, the final score.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch. This is all house. Hey, we get that dog.